Hi, thank you for joining me. I'm Hema, the founder of CSASmartGroup.com, where we help general practice registrars to sharpen their consultation skills and pass their exams with flying colors. In this video, I would like to talk about the prostate gland problems and the tests available for men. This is quite a specific and complicated topic, and so I have divided it into two parts. First, I want to talk a bit about how I would explain about the background of the prostate, the tests available for prostate cancer. Finally, I will go on to share my tips on how to deal appropriately with a patient who is worried about prostate cancer in part 2. The prostate is a chestnut-sized gland in the pelvis at the bottom of the bladder. It is located next to the rectum, the back passage, surrounding a section of the urethra, the tube which transports urine from the bladder to the penis. The prostate produces a slight amount of milky fluid, and this substance nourishes and helps activate sperm cells. An important part of that liquid is a protein substance called PSA, prostate-specific antigen, which is only produced by the prostate. It breaks down semen fluid to free up the sperms which fertilizes the female egg. Some is also released into the bloodstream and can be measured from a PSA blood test to give doctors an idea of how active the prostate gland is. The goal of PSA testing is the early detection of cancer while it is curable. But beware, just because a blood test result is normal doesn't mean the patients don't have cancer, and if the blood test result is high, that doesn't mean they do have cancer. Further examinations must take place to get an overall understanding. Remember, 60 to 70% of men who are admitted to hospital with a high blood test result have absolutely nothing wrong. There are three main causes of prostate problems. They are inflammation, which is called prostatitis, benign enlargement or benign prostatic hyperplasia, and prostate cancer. Prostate conditions are diagnosed initially by a careful consultation which should include specific questions about urinary symptoms, digital rectal examination, and lab tests including a PSA blood test and a urine test. During the digital examination, we can feel for a change in size, shape or texture which would suggest the possibility of cancer or another condition. The PSA test is highly accurate and an excellent pointer in measuring the activity of the prostate gland. Discussion should take place with the doctor first in any case, because a rise in PSA levels tells us something is happening in the prostate, but not exactly what. An increase is most likely caused by the three conditions discussed above. Ejaculation may also cause a rise, so it is important to abstain from sex for a couple of days before any blood test. Used in conjunction with the digital rectal examination, the PSA is the best test available. The goal of screening is to detect cancer at an early stage and should lead to better life expectancy. Also, be aware that prostate cancer behaves differently in different men. Some have a slow-growing cancer and some have a more aggressive deadly one. The test cannot differentiate this. Prostate cancer can be prevalent and a common cause of death among men, but successful treatments do exist. Males should be aware of all the facts before they undertake a screening program. The PSA test should be administered when digital examination is abnormal to help choose treatment for an enlarged prostate, screen for cancer, and to follow treatment of prostate conditions. In USA, the traditional approach for PSA testing is annually for all men aged 50 to 75. The contemporary view is to test at 40, then 45, and every other year from 50 to 75 with an increased frequency for abnormal results. If there is a family history of prostate cancer, the test should take place annually for all men aged 40 to 75. One abnormal PSA result is not always enough to warrant further testing, but a steady rise is concerning. There is no normal amount. Previously, for a test result below 4 nanograms per milliliter of blood was considered acceptable. The current majority view is 0 to 2.5 is low, 2.6 to 10 is slightly to moderately elevated, 10 to 19.9 is moderately elevated, and anything more is significantly elevated. Most men's PSA values grow with age. For white men, The guidelines for acceptable values are age 40 to 49 less than 2.5, 50 to 59 less than 3.5, 60 to 69 less than 4.5, 70 to 79 less than 6.5. For black pen, age 40 to 49 less than 2, 50 to 59 less than 4, 60 to 69 less than 4.5, 70 to 79 less than 5.5. These guidelines help doctors pick up cancer in younger men and aid the elimination of biopsies for older men. In general terms, the older you get, the higher your PSA, which can be down to cancer but also normal growth of the prostate gland. PSA velocity is the rate PSA rises with time. If it's slow, this is probably due to BPH. If it's fast, it's more likely to be cancer. An increase of 0.75 nanogram per ml per annum is negligible. However, the rate fluctuates in men and this is only a guide. The rest I will share with you in the next video. Do you have any questions? Share it below or on our Facebook group and subscribe now. And if you would like to receive free training video series, enter your details below. I will send them straight away to help you not only pass your exam but completely rock it. You're an amazing doctor. Let me help you pass your final CSA hurdle. Let's do it.